This is a live Channels television event.
Let him pass, please.
A mountain to climb, we're leaving no one behind. This is our time to shine. Can you feel it? Across the lakes, through the heartache and pain. After the storm comes the rain. I can see where we all run free in the night, and the land is clean in our eyes like a beautiful moon that shines throughout the night. Yes, I believe that there's no mountain we can climb. We can make it if we try. If we just say, yes, I believe. Yeah, yes, I believe that there's no mountain we can climb. We can make it if we try. If we don't say, yes, I believe. Across the borders, through challenges and pain. After the storm comes the rain. Can you feel it? We're free in the night, and the land is clean in our eyes like a beautiful moon that shines throughout the night. So can we do it together now? To your neighbor, say, yes, I believe that there's no mountain we can climb. We can make it if we try. If we don't say, yes, I believe. One more time, say, yes, I believe that there's no mountain we can climb. That we can make it if we try. If we just say, yes, I believe. Now together, bring it down with the audience. Can we do it together? Say, yes, I believe, yes, I believe, yes, I believe. Say, yes, I believe, yes, I believe, yes, I believe. Come on. Yes, I believe, yes, I believe, yes, I believe. One more time for the last time and I'm out. Let's go. Yes, I believe, 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 yes, I believe. Thank you. God bless Nigeria.
Jared Daniels, I believe that here prosperity resides. I believe, although I'm born here, the spirit of the nation and the continent resides in my spirit. This is the nation that God has destined for greatness. I believe. Can we put our hands together for him, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you very much. And let me apologize on behalf of distinguished Senator Ireti Kingibe. She went to the wrong place. She actually went to the Congress Hall. So they've just sent a car for her to bring her back here. So while she's on her way, we'll go to our next speaker. Our next speaker is a lawyer, politician, author, poet, and also, you might not know, she's a spoken word performer. Solicitor in Nigeria, UK, Wales, human rights and women rights activists, and over the way, and also actually in her law practice, she's into marine, oil and gas. Over the weekend, I saw her at the Ojudi Oba, and that dressing is a tourist attraction. So without much ado, please welcome here the Honorable Minister for Arts, Culture, Tourism, and Creative Economy. Please welcome Barrister Hannatu Musawa.
Good afternoon, everyone. His Excellency, President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, represented by the Vice President, Senator Kashim Shettima, the Secretary General of the UN World Tourism Organization, Mr. Zurab, the Chairperson of the UNWTO Regional Commission for Africa, Mr. Siaden Fofara, the Executive Director of UN Tourism, Ms. Natalia Bayona, ministers and heads of delegates from Kenya, Rwanda, Zimbabwe, Sierra Leone, Seychelles, Gambia, Morocco, Tunisia, Liberia, Tanzania, Burkina Faso, Zambia, and Burundi. The Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Mai Ebong, Mr. Wale Edun. The Minister of Women Affairs, Hajia Iman Suleiman Ibrahim, my sister, my beautiful sister. The Minister of State for Finance, my friend, my sister, Dr. Doris Azuka, Special Advisor of Information. Sorry, I get so emotional when I'm talking about Nigeria. The PAMSEC, Ministry of Agriculture, Tourism and Creative Economy, Dr. Mukhtar. The Director General of agencies under my ministry. I have the best Director Generals of agencies under my ministry. People who know about the industry, who are so committed and passionate about the industry. Members of the Diplomatic Corps, distinguished senators, and honorable members present here today, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. It is an honor to welcome you to Abuja for the 68th meeting of the WN Tourism Regional Commission for Africa. We are deeply grateful to His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, whose renewed hope agenda continues to guide our sectorial transformation and where unwavering support has brought us together here today. Africa stands at the forefront of change. Africa stands at the forefront of revolution. The 21st century demands that we build economies, not just from the ground, but from the very soul. And here in Nigeria, we are answering that clarion call with a bold shift from the resource dependency to people-powered posterity through tourism, culture, and the creative economy, and of course, of the arts. This is where we thrive as an African people. This is our identity, our ideals, our values, and our tradition. And we have to tap into the rich resources abound within that. This year's theme, boosting social impact and education and tourism through AI, innovation and creative industries, underscores this point. But the future of African posterity depends on how boldly we harness our culture, creativity, and technology to empower people. And you can see in Nigeria, that is what we are doing. Everywhere in the world, the global community is excited about the identity of Nigeria. It is not because of our oil. It is because of our content, our talent. It is because of our culture, and it is because of our energy as a people. Why do we have to pivot as a nation? And I can tell you, today the global tourism industry is worth over 11 trillion naira, and the creative economy adds more than 2 trillion naira to global GDP. Yes, Africa captures very little in that, less than 5% of global tourism and less than 1% of global creative exports. This is not a deficit or a talent or value, but an investment, visibility and systems. Today, Nigeria invites Africa to close those gaps, Africa to work together, to do a handshake, to collaborate together, to see how we can advance our economies and our societies. Nigeria's private sector playbook, it is very important. In whatever we do, we marry it in and weave it in with the private sector. Private-public partnership is the way to go. That is the only way, no matter the development, the initiatives we put into play, that is the only way it will have a long-term sustainability that will outlast not only the governments, but that will outlast the administrations and the generations. Guided by His Excellency's Renewed Hope agenda, we are pursuing a private sector-led model. Only yesterday, I'm excited to say that we in the Ministry of Art, Culture, Tourism and the Creative Economy unveiled the 4,000-seat MEFA Arena in Abuja's Arts and Creative and Cultural Village, a new stage for concerts, fashion shows and exports. So I tell you, within the next year, you will be able to come and enjoy the expression, the music, the beauty, the dynamism of Nigeria on Nigerian soil in a Nigerian arena. I often say that as a Nigerian, it is very sad for me to listen to Afro beats. And if I want to listen to Afro beats in an arena, I have to travel to another country because Nigeria does not have an arena. This is the kind of infrastructure that we have to put in place, not only to bring the world through tourism to our very Beyoncés, the likes of Bono's, the likes of anyone that you can say can perform as long as you give that infrastructure for them to be able to bring that value in. Only in Lagos, we are also partnering with a global giant, Oakview Group and Live Nation, to develop a Lagos arena. I mean, if you're talking about building infrastructure and tourism within the creative space, you can't do it without going to Lagos. So we are bringing Lagos the arena that it has deserved for the last many decades. This will be a venue that will anchor West Africa's live entertainment circuit, and we invite every part of Africa to come and enjoy the music and the expression and the content that we have on Nigeria in Nigerian soil. Along our coastline, a landmark partnership with Cocoa Beach is transforming the stretch of pristine beaches from Takwa Bay to Badagry into a tourism corridor, melting blue economy sustainable with world-class leisure. And I can tell you, what we are developing in Cocoa Beach is a sight for sore eyes. No matter where you go in the world, you will not find the kind of leisure and the infrastructure that we are working with Mr. Richard in the private sector to ensure that we put in Cocoa Beach. And these are not just buildings. They are beacons of new visions. It is a vision. They are part of a broader strategy that includes the Creative Economy Development Fund and the Creative Leap Acceleration Program, which we have already announced. I think last year we announced CLAP. This year we announced CEDF, which nurtures the very next generation and of filmmakers, fashion designers, and digital innovators who will provide the content that will drive tourism and the Nigeria Everywhere brand. Ladies and gentlemen, this was a line that I borrowed from the VP himself. 1 out of every 5 African is a Nigerian. 1 out of every 8 black person in the world is of Nigerian descent. So somehow, somewhere, a black person on the global community probably has Nigerian blood. So our flagship soft power platform, now driving a 14-point rise in Nigeria's global cultural index. It is that content that we want to leverage on, the interest that the global community has in Nigeria to bring visitors through tourism into Nigeria. To coordinate infrastructure, we've also established the Creative and Tourism Infrastructure Corporation, which is converting public heritage assets into commercial and sustainable tourism destinations through innovative PPP models. Brand Nigeria, festivals, and more markets. Under the Destination 2030 Nigeria Everywhere brand, we are activating a sensational tourism calendar that turns culture into genuine demand. Niger Season, a series of cultural events from around the country from October to January. Capital Vibes, a brand that will turn our FCT into a hub of cultural activities over the summer months. And of course, Dirty December. We are hoping that this year and the years to come, we're gonna make this December a lot more dirty. So now, our legendary end-of-year experience events anchored in Lagos. We invite the whole world to come into Lagos this December to experience what it is to be a Nigerian. And then we have Homecoming East, a spotlight on our southeastern region. These brands convert holidays into jobs, flights, hotel nights, and small business revenues, while amplifying Nigerian stories to the world. Call of collective action. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a call for collective action, because no matter what we think we can do within our small societies and communities, we can do more when we work together. Colleagues, this 20th century was powered by hydrocarbons. The 21st future will be powered by human imagination. This gathering is an opportunity to build that future together. And I hope in the next couple of days, we will be engaging and having ideas and exchanging ideas and building the sorts of collaborations and corporations that will really boost this partnership that we're looking for in Africa. And we, as Nigeria, our hands are open and we're looking for partnerships. So anyone that feels that they can add value to us and we can add value to them, please, please, you are welcome to sit and talk with me to see how we can boost our culture, creative industry, and of course, tourism. Let us envision integrated visa regimes. It is very important for us to do that. Cross-border tourism corridors and shared storytelling platforms. We have to tell our stories ourselves. Nobody can define us better than we define ourselves. Let us invest in African talent with the same intensity that the world once invested in oil and gas, because we have more to lose now and we have more to gain. It is our collective, it is our culture, it is what our forefathers expected, it is what our brethren and the future generations expect from us. Let us reimagine Africa, not as a collection of emerging markets, but a cultural superpower, a continent whose stories move the world and whose destinations redefine global tourism. Nigeria stands ready to lead and to partner, to collaborate and to invest. And I invite you to enjoy the hospitality, the dynamism, the experience of being in Nigeria in the next couple of days. And we start in this very hall. Everything that you see here that looks like decoration is decoration, but as Nigeria, of course, we're that little bit more creative. But you are welcome to engage with the traders and also buy things. We have food outside. People are cooking jollof rice, and I know my brother from Ghana would disagree, but Nigerian jollof still happens to be the best. However, because Nigeria is a partner in progress, Nigeria, Ghana, and Senegal, under my ministry, under gastronomy, will be working together, hopefully, to develop a unity jollof in the Like I said, I'm really passionate about Nigeria, and I'm passionate about Africa. And I'm passionate about the young generation. And I'm passionate about my sisters, my family. And I'm passionate about the vision and the mission and the commitment that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has. I believe in it. And I believe because of that vision of renewed hope that he has, will take its place in the Committee of Global Nations. We will not be a developing nation anymore. We are on our way to a developed nation. And I pray the same for every single African country here. Let us rise together, ladies and gentlemen. And I thank you and I welcome you to the great and vibrant and wonderful country that is called Nigeria. Thank you.
Her passion, you can touch it. You can really feel it. Can we put our hands together one more time for this amazing minister? And I love the concept of unity jollof. I love the concept of unity jollof. So Ghana, Senegal, Gambia, Nigeria, we come together to do it. But let me especially also welcome here distinguished Senator Ireti Hibakingibe. I understand you went to the wrong place. We apologize. Please don't be angry. So I would like you to take your breath. We'll take spoken word before you come. Deal? Thank you. And so, Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, somebody once said that the world is like a book. Those who do not travel only read one page. But if you travel, you can enjoy the book. So let me welcome here our spoken word man, Mohammed Sanusi. Mohammed Sanusi will be stepping forward here for the spoken word.
Good afternoon, Your Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, represented by the great Vice President of Nigeria, Senator Kashim Shettima, GCUN, Your Excellency, the Secretary General of the United Nations Tourism, Mr. Zurab Pololikashvili, distinguished African ministers, our amiable Honorable Minister of Arts, Culture, Tourism, and the Creative Economy, Barrister Hanetsu Musawa, other distinguished Honorable Ministers of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, governors here present, members of the Diplomatic Corps, Director General, Captain of Industries, and extreme delegates from across the African continent, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Permits me to stand as Mohammed Al-Amin Sanusi, popularly known as Mass Inspires, to perform my masterpiece, Nigeria's Tapestry of Hope. In Nigeria's vibrant landscape, we find a kaleidoscope of cultures intertwined. From north to south, east to west, our diversity is the fabric that's best. From Hausa's ancient empires to Yoruba's vibrant throne, Igbo's resilient spirits never overthrown, Delta's rhythmic beats, gentle Savannah's breeze, each culture a thread weaving our nationalities. The Tashina, the Yergalagala, and the Farisan in numbers, to the delicious delicacies of the Igbos, like that of Isiewu and Abacha, oh my delicious pounded yam and oha soup. We are the land of Afro beats and Fuji sweet sound, where traditional attire meets modern style unbound. From Adire to Ankara, style tells tales of a heritage that never fails. My question to you all is, what happens when differences divide? Where tribal lines and tongues begin to collide, where tribalism becomes the order of the day? Do we let our diversity become a waste, or do we lift each other to create a brighter fate? In Nigeria's cultural melting pot, we find a renewed hope, a chance to realign, Our differences are the spice that make us whole, the flavor that sets our nation's soul. So let's celebrate our unique blend, embrace the beauty that make us trend. From Edo's bronze casting to Oyo's ancient walls, our diversity always stands tall. Nigeria, land of hope and promised land, where diversity is strength hand in hand. We weave our thread into a tapestry so bright, inseparable connectivity shining with all our might. So let's all come together, regardless of our diversity or ethnicity, to make our nation a greater and a better place for all of us, and also to make the African continent a better place for us and for the future generations. Nigeria kasermune o uwana. Menene zehana muhata kaimu berkia marjuna. Nigeria yoni bajeo. Nigeria ogai emebi kwao. And with the president, the great father of our great nation, and his administration, we, the youth of Nigeria, we have a renewed hope. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much.
When you hear this kind of thing from the mouth of young people, your hope is rekindled. It just tells you that whatever you hear on social media, these are the people that will carry the message and the gospel. Let's appreciate Mohammed Sunusi again. Thank you. I'd like to welcome here Senator Pam Wadkon Dachunyang. Did I get your name, sir? Did I? Oh, okay, you forgive me. Okay, thank you very much. He is the Senate Committee Chairman on Tourism. We thank you for coming. And Senator Anthony Ani, Deputy Chairman, Senate Committee on Tourism, is also here with us. I'd like to welcome you. Thank you very much. Thank you. When Mohammed Sunusi was starting his spoken word, he used one very big word. He said kaleidoscope. Our next speaker is a kaleidoscope of Nigeria. She has mixed in her several heritages: Yoruba, Fulani, Delta Igbo, and even Boni. And so, if you are looking at a pan-Nigerian person, she is civil engineer, politician, philanthropist, a woman that totally believes in inclusive leadership, shared prosperity, and peaceful progress. I'd like to welcome here Senator Ireti Hiba Kingibe.
Looking and necessary convention on the intersection of social impact, education, and technological innovation in African tourism. I am particularly proud that we are holding this conference here in Abuja, the face of Nigeria, the heart of Nigeria's Federal Capital Territory, a city that embodies our national diversity, resilience, aspiration for sustainable development. At this 68th meeting of the UN Tourism Commission for Africa, I would like to particularly acknowledge the presence of His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, ably represented by my brother, His Excellency Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON. Honorable Hannatu Musa Musawa, Federal Minister of Agriculture and Tourism and the Creative Economy of Nigeria, the Minister of Finance, my other two sisters who are sitting here, welcome, as well as Honorable Zurab Polokilikasvili, who Secretary General of UN Tourism, and Mrs. Natalia Bayona, Executive Director of UN Tourism. Your leaderships, collectively all of you, continue to shape the future of tourism and Nigeria. All other protocols duly observed. As the senator representing the FCT, I know firsthand how tourism, culture, and the creative industries have the potential to uplift communities, create meaningful jobs, and promote peace in an increasingly complex world. The FCT is home to cultural institutions, natural attractions, artistic talents that deserve global recognition and investment. FCT also is a mini Nigeria because it's a microcosm of Nigeria. All of Nigeria is represented in the FCT. It is my vision to see Abuja become not just an administrative hub, but a beacon for cultural tourism and digital creativity in West Africa. Moreover, as chairperson of the Senate Committee on Women Affairs, this conference speaks directly to my lifelong advocacy for gender inclusion. Women and girls are central to the creative and tourism economies, whether as artists, entrepreneurs, educators, curators, or digital innovators. However, many remain underrepresented and under-resourced. As we champion AI and innovation, we must ensure that women are not left behind, but are intentionally supported through access to education, financing platforms that celebrate their voices. The theme, boosting social impact and education in tourism through innovation, AI, and creative industries in Africa, could not be more relevant. Across the continent, we are witnessing a growing recognition that tourism is not merely about destination, it's about people, identity, technology, and sustainable development. In Nigeria, we are at a critical junction where innovation is reshaping tourism and the creative landscapes. From Lagos to Kano, Calabar to Abuja, digital platforms are enabling local artisans to reach global audiences. AI is being used to enhance travel experience and heritage preservation. And young Nigerians are emerging as cultural entrepreneurs, storytellers, and digital trailblazers. Tourism can contribute significantly to Nigeria's GDP and remains a vital sector for youth employment, cultural diplomacy, and economic diversification. Yet the full potential of this sector can only be unlocked through sustained investment in education, digital literacy, and policies that promote inclusive innovation. The creative industries, including film, music, fashion, and the digital arts, are natural allies to tourism. Nollywood, for instance, not only entertains the world, but draws global attention to Nigeria as a destination of vibrant culture and resilience. When combined with emerging technologies such as AI and immersive media, these industries can redefine Africa, how Africa is experienced, studied, and valued. Today's gathering is an opportunity to amplify the stories of homegrown innovators and educators who are transforming tourism from the grassroots to the global stage. Let us use this space to exchange best practices, build cross-border collaborations, and generate actionable strategies that place communities, especially women and youth, at the heart of our development agenda. Finally, I encourage us to think boldly. Africa is not just participating in the digital future of tourism, we are shaping it. And Nigeria, with its immense talent, creativity, and cultural wealth, stands ready to lead. Welcome once again to this important conference. I look forward to rich discussions, meaningful partnerships, and outcomes that will echo beyond these worlds. Thank you.
We appreciate you. Thank you very much. Distinguished Senator Iba Kingibe. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to quickly welcome here distinguished Senator Akobundu, Augustine Okudili, Senator Johanna Amos Kumai, Senator Etang Jonah Williams, senators that are here, the Deputy Whip of the Senate, Senator Ositangu, and Senator Siyako Yaro Anthony. All of these are senators of the Federal Republic, and they are here with us. I welcome all of you. Thank you very much. And also here, I'd like to welcome our former Minister of Information, and who has become a statesman on the continent, preaching the gospel of tourism, arts, and creative industry. Alhaji Lai Mohammed is here with us. I welcome you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this morning I was listening to our next speaker, and what I got from his speech was if you travel and if you invest in tourism, three things will happen to you. You'll be able to dream, you'll be able to explore, you'll be able to discover. Our next speaker is from Georgia, a minister in Georgia. But one of the things that I love about him, being an Arsenal fan, is that he's the former CEO of a football club known as Dynamo Tbilisi FC. He's also a banker. And his journey to where he is started here 2018 in Nigeria. And as he's rounding up, he also came home. We should look for a Nigerian name for you. Please welcome here Honorable Zura Philly, the General of UN Tourism. I welcome you.
Very good morning to everyone. Our team, by the way, traveled to Nigeria with Victor Osimhen, who was coming from Turkey, and they are asking who is this guy. I'm sending the photos. And Victor and our Georgian player in Napoli, they made a big story between Nigeria and Georgia, but I'm very proud and very happy to be back home. After so emotional speech of dear Honorable Minister, I really almost cried, you know, like she, because the world needs such kind of ministers, such kind of people, such kind of patriots. I know that, and I'm sure that, dear sister, I would say that you will reach much more you are thinking, and we are crying here. Your tears will return you big happiness, and this was the tears of happiness, and this we will see in numbers. Coming people here like me. This is my 5th time coming to Nigeria, and I want to encourage everyone to come at least minimum 5 times to Nigeria, because Nigeria is huge. Nigeria has everything, including oil, by the way. Oil is the last, if we see, and if you know the country. The first is people. And everything what tourism needs, it's here in this beautiful country. Music, Nollywood. Many people, they don't know what is Nollywood. They know Bollywood, but they don't know Nollywood. And music and football and food, I don't want to argue. I don't know where jollof rice is coming from, but and many others, nature, culture, I don't know, everything. The geographical closest with the Europe, with Americas, people think that Africa is far from Americas, but not. It's the closest point maybe to reach the New York from Nigerian connectivity and visa and everything we will talk during today's session. But first of all, of course, I want to acknowledge and express my many thanks to His Excellency, President of the country, His Excellency Bola Tinubu. Without his support, it was impossible. And dear Vice President, thank you. For us, it's an only honor and big honor to have you with us. It means that Nigeria is going and supporting tourism and put on the top priority, like it did many oil producer countries 10, 15 years ago. And there are many examples how to transform oil in humanity, in tourism, to attract people, to show. And that's why she was crying. She knows how big the asset you have in this country, but many people they don't know. And we will make this story successful. Again, I want to thank, and I will make very short story. Maybe it's not interesting, but for me it's that when I was elected 7 years ago, the main competitor against me was a candidate from Zimbabwe. So we fight it a lot. And then there was one gentleman who stopped everyone. It was a big drama. I didn't know him. I never met him. And this gentleman was Lai Mohammed. I was surprised. In China. And then when I was appointed, the first conference was here, the CAF, the African ministerial meeting. Sorry to everyone, all ministers are my friend, but one of my best ministers, minister from Zimbabwe, Barbara, she's here, by the way. So, and then from that moment, I was committed, and I mentioned that I will do everything, and I owe to Africa to do everything. And what is everything? Everything is here. Education, innovation, creative industry conference, all first conferences we did in Nigeria, all. I remember that we've been first, and it never will repeat, the first creative industry and tourism conference we made in National Theatre. It was on construction in Lagos. And it's a history, and I'm very proud and very happy to be part of this history. Let me talk a little bit more about Africa. Africa is, and it was mentioned in the song, I believe that future of Africa is in tourism. And all of us, we agreed, and we started 7 years ago, and we mentioned 10 priorities, what we have to do to improve and to develop tourism in Africa, because it has no limits, the opportunities, and that's why we are supporting and fostering investments, education, and please count on our full support. We are next to you. We can do a lot of things. We did a lot of things, and let's continue this to being on this train which will never stop, because there are many things to do together, as I mentioned this morning, and we are here to work. We are here for friendship, we are here for love, for peace, and I'm sure that together we can make history and really interesting story about African tourism. I want to thank to all ministers, deputy ministers who especially came for this very important meeting, because united we can do a lot of things. If we want to go far, we have to be united. This is very clear, and to learn from each other and support to each other and to express our solidarity. So that's why I think this meeting is very important. Let's talk, let's discuss, let's argue sometimes about food and make Africa nice showcase for everyone, and it is already. Connectivity is a challenge. Visa, I kindly ask dear Vice President, let's make a history of visas, and we don't need visa to come to Nigeria. Maybe sometimes governments, we and you don't think about that point, but we can easily do it. We have a lot of examples, and we are quite strong to analyze and to change a lot in visa strategy. For example, I remember 7 years ago, I was participating personally in our organization in Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, which was one of the closest countries in the world. You couldn't travel there. and we made it, and today they have more than 50 or 60 million visitors per year, which depended on the visa regime, which was open, and I think Nigeria has to open and Africa has to open, and it's open its doors and make more accessible coming here. And I have one more request to Minister of Finance. Please, at least triple the budget of Minister of Nigeria, Tourism of Nigeria. Half joke, half reality, please. Thank you very much, and have a nice day. Welcome to Nigeria, and come back again at minimum 5 times.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, before His Excellency the Vice President speaks to us, there's one very critical element in the Nigerian entertainment that we want the audience to enjoy, and it is the drums. For those that study the significance of the drum, to some people, the drum is the pulse of life. To others, it is the rhythm of war. It is a means of communication. It is a means of connection. We'd like to bring here an all-female drum ensemble. And they will, please, can you begin to bring your drums down here now, very quickly? An all-female drum ensemble, and they have shown virtually all over Africa and the world that what men can do, women can do with rhythm. Don't worry, men are the carriers, women are the beaters. Let's appreciate them, ladies and gentlemen. It is very clear now that the two genders can stay apart. The man can provide the support, the women can be the main drummers, but for the sweet soup to be sweet, there has to be collaboration. Let's put our hands together for them, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. The Honorable Minister for Arts, Tourism, Culture, and Creative Work loves the President. And so before the President speaks, she also wants another troupe to perform. Your Excellency, they want to put you in the mood so that when you are going there, you'll be dancing as you are moving. I'd like to welcome here the national troop, please. The national troop. They'll be doing the unity dance. Please reduce the number of drums. The national troop, unity dance. I was just watching the dance, and the address of the Honorable Minister is one rang in my head. When the minister was here and was speaking, she was waxing lyrical about the unity of Nigeria and the essence of our country. This dance has shown in a dance how beautiful Nigeria is. I don't care where you are from Ibadan to Enugu, from Kafanchan to Makodi. Our dance unites us the same way our food unites us. And somebody just told me that minister said we are going to have a unity jollof, but Nigerian jollof is on display here today. Palm wine, edikaikong, all kinds of things. Our foreign delegates are entitled to taste it, and the only Nigerian entitled to food is the MC. Thank you very much. And so, Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it's therefore my honor and pleasure to welcome here the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, represented by the Vice President, distinguished Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON.
Kindly sit down, please. The Secretary General of the United Nations Tourism, Mr. Zurab Olilekashvili. I would like to use Senator Ireti Kingibe to recognize and appreciate all members of the National Assembly present here. The Honorable Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Mr. Wale Edun. The Honorable Minister of Arts, Culture, Tourism and Creative Economy, Barisa Hannetu Musa Musawa. The Honorable Minister of Women Affairs, Iman Suleiman Ibrahim. The Honorable Minister of State for Finance, Dr. Doris Uzoka Aniete. And representatives of other African nations from Morocco, Zimbabwe, Senegal, the Gambia, Burkina Faso, Burundi, Rwanda, Ghana, Kenya, Uganda, Sierra Leone, Seychelles, Tunisia, Liberia, Tanzania, and Zambia. Presidential aides present here, officials of the UN Tourism Commission for Africa, the elder statesman, former Minister of Information Alhaji Lai Mohammed, heads of government agencies, senior government officials, members of the fourth asset of the RIM, honored guests, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I welcome you all to Nigeria for the 68th UN Tourism Regional Commission for Africa meeting and a conference on tourism's great potential to contribute to sustainable development in our continent. Thanks to the UN Tourism Secretary General, Mr. Zurab Olilekashvili, for supporting us in preparing for this event. We are honored to be associated with UNWTO and to hold this meeting as Africa redefines its global identity through the vibrancy of its people, a rich cultural heritage and boundless promise. The UNWTO's membership of 160 states, including 51 from Africa, reflects our collective ambition and global impact. Tourism is more than traveling or visiting historical sites, waterfalls, mountains, and parks. It is an engine of local economies, a catalyst for social understanding, and a bridge that unites cultures. The advent of technology and creativity has transformed tourism and its opportunities. Therefore, it is appropriate that this conference highlights the impact of AI, innovation, and creative industries on the tourism sector. Apart from its economic value, tourism has the potential to enhance local entrepreneurship and community development by supporting small businesses such as tour operators, local artisans, hospitality providers, and service industries. tourism creates new opportunities for entrepreneurship, especially in rural areas. As Nigeria works towards establishing itself as a top destination for visitors worldwide, we understand the importance of pursuing growth without losing sight of our responsibility to protect the environment and safeguard our rich cultural heritage. Our approach to developing tourism is guided by a commitment to sustainability, ensuring eco-friendly policies are woven into building, managing, and running our attractions and facilities. Nigeria's creative industries, comprising music, film, fashion, literature, and digital arts, emerge as powerful drivers of economic growth, making significant contributions to the country's GDP, job creation, and economic diversification. Nigeria's Nollywood is one of the largest film industries in the world, generating substantial revenue from domestic and international markets. Similarly, the music and fashion industries have propelled Nigeria's global cultural influence and generated income and employment opportunities. As we chart a new course for tourism in Africa, one thing is clear: the government cannot build the sector alone. It needs a partnership with the private sector. The sector's growing complexity and opportunities demand this strategic partnership. Nigeria supports adopting sustainable tourism practices across Africa, which reflect the country's unique challenges. By collaborating with regional bodies such as the African Union, ECOWAS, and UN Tourism, Nigeria encourages other African nations policies promoting eco-friendly tourism and preserving cultural heritage. This collaboration includes sharing best practices, tourism training, developing joint marketing campaigns for sustainable tourism, and improving infrastructure to support intra-African travel. Through these regional initiatives, Africa can foster a continent-wide movement towards tourism that benefits both the people and the environment, driving long-term prosperity for Africa. During your meetings in the next few days, I urge you to focus on practical solutions and collaborative strategies that will strengthen intra-African travel, boost investment in tourism infrastructure, empower local communities, and deepen tourism's role in achieving the Sustainable Development Goals and making African tourism the heart of the global conversation. I look forward to hearing diverse perspectives at this conference and learning how to harness tourism's full potential to boost the economies of Africa. On this note, on behalf of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, I formally declare the 68th meeting of the UN Tourism Regional Commission for Africa CAP open. Thank you, and once again, welcome to Nigeria.